Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful goal-setting frameworks out there, straight from John Doerr's legendary book, Measure What Matters. It's a system built to solve a problem that I'm willing to bet you know all too well.
You know those weeks, right? You are just bouncing from meeting to meeting, your email's a disaster, the to-do list just keeps getting longer, and then Friday rolls around, you look back and think, wait, what did I actually get done?
Well, that feeling, it has a name. You're stuck in the busy work trap. It's this state of just constant activity, constant motion, that doesn't actually move the needle on the things that are truly important.
And look, this isn't just a personal frustration. This trap is a massive problem for entire companies. It's the enemy of real progress because it creates this illusion that we're being productive, all while our most important strategic goals are just sitting there gathering dust. But hey, there is a way out. Today, we're going to walk through a powerful blueprint called OKRs. That's Objectives and Key Results, and it's designed specifically to slice through the noise and turn all that busy work into results that actually matter.
So let's get into it. What exactly are OKRs? Well, the beauty of this whole system is just how simple it is. It really just boils down to two key parts. First up, you have the objective. Just think of this as your destination. It's not some vague idea. It needs to be concrete, significant, and honestly, it should be a little inspiring. It answers one simple question: where are we trying to go? And then you've got your key results. Now, if the objective is the destination, the key results are the mile markers along the highway that prove you're on the right track. They have to be specific and measurable, no gray areas. They answer the other crucial question: how will we know we've gotten there?
Here's a super simple way to think about it. The objective is putting a pin on the map. Let's say it's reach the summit. Awesome, but how? The key results are your turn-by-turn directions. Hike 5 miles north, climb 3,000 feet in elevation, and set up camp before it gets dark. One is the what, the other is the how.
But here's the thing, OKRs are so much more than a glorified to-do list. They're a tool for shaping culture. And what makes them work are these core ideas. They're transparent, so everyone knows what everyone else is working on. That creates alignment. They push you to set ambitious stretch goals, and they force you to have continuous reviews so you can adapt and stay on track.
And this isn't just some nice theory in a book. This framework has been absolutely battle-tested by some of the most successful and impactful organizations on the planet. Let's take a look at how it works in the real world.
The classic example, of course, is Google. They adopted OKRs when they were still pretty small, and it became the engine that fueled their ridiculous growth. It let them stay focused while also pushing their teams to think way bigger, not for 10% improvements, but for 10x improvements, a total game changer. But OKRs aren't just for making money. The Gates Foundation used them to take on a monumental challenge. Their objective: eradicate polio. Just wow. And their key results? They weren't fuzzy hopes. They were hard numbers like vaccination rates and the reduction in active cases. This framework brought incredible clarity to a massive global effort. And it's not just about health initiatives either. Bono's One campaign used this very same framework to measure the impact of their advocacy work. This proves that even when success feels kinda abstract, you can still find ways to define and measure what really matters. Okay, so we've seen the theory and we've seen the proof. The big question now is, how? How can you actually make this whole thing work for you and your organization? Well, the book lays out a pretty clear blueprint. You want to start by setting your OKRs every quarter. Make sure everyone's goals from the CEO all the way down are connected and aligned. Then you publish them for the whole company to see. Total transparency. And this is key. You have to train your managers to find that sweet spot between a goal that's inspiringly ambitious and one that's just demoralizing.
Now, of course, putting this into practice isn't always a walk in the park. There are some common traps. If your goals are too ambitious, you gotta balance those big stretch goals with some more achievable milestones. If people aren't following up, you have to commit to a really consistent review schedule. Then, if your company is too hierarchical, well, you use the transparency of OKRs to start breaking down those walls.
When you really boil it all down, it comes back to this one simple, powerful truth. Strategy is totally meaningless if you can't measure your progress.
OKRs are that bridge between your biggest ideas and the day-to-day work it takes to make them happen.
So that really just leaves one last question for you. Take a hard look at how you and your team are working right now. Are you just busy, or are you actually making real, measurable progress? Is your organization ready to finally measure what truly matters?